When the Trump administration first came into office, or heck, even before they came into office, during the campaign last year, we were told by Donald Trump and his then BFF Elon Musk, we're going to cut government spending, right? The government's full of wasteful spending. There's trillions of dollars, 2 trillion to be exact, is what Elon Musk told us. And we're going to get rid of it. We are not going to have a government that just wastes your tax dollars because that's not fair to you, folks. And then, of course, they came into power, pretended they were cutting all this money, but they were actually spending more than what they cut. So it's been a year of nothing but wasteful spending. But the Trump administration announced this past Friday that, hold up, folks, we're not done spending money on stupid things. And they announced that they are going to waste another $725 million to move America backwards in time. Now, I'm not talking about them spending $725 million to build a functional time machine. That might be worth it. I don't know. No, they're moving us backward in time by announcing a $725 million pledge, to save an industry that is already insanely profitable, but is also going the way of the dinosaurs. And that industry, of course, is the coal industry. Donald Trump famously hates any form of renewable energy for some unknown reason, but we have made amazing strides in renewable energy here in the United States. The technology has become not only more efficient, it has also become cheaper over the years. The rest of the world is moving in that direction. Countries like Denmark have had periods where they have been able to generate 100% of their country's energy needs from renewable sources, not burning a single ounce of fossil fuels. They're moving ahead. We're going backwards because this $725 million is to boost coal production and build more coal-fired power plants here in the United States, relying on an energy source that has been burned in this country for several hundred years for fuel. So we're stuck with this antiquated, dangerously pollutant form of energy while everybody else on the planet tries to move forward. We're trying to move backwards. And we're wasting a shitload of our tax dollars to do it. Here's what U.S. Secretary of Energy Chris Wright, who of course came from the fossil fuel industry, had to say. For years, the Biden and Obama administrations relentlessly targeted America's coal industry and workers, resulting in the closure of reliable power plants and higher electricity costs. Let me stop you right there. Throughout those administrations, I was an environmental writer. In addition to, working at Ring of Fire and doing the videos and all of that, I had many jobs at the time, but I was an environmental writer. None of that happened. The reason coal-fired power plants were shutting down during the time was not because of any policies related to Barack Obama or Joseph R. Biden. The reason they were shutting down is because global demand was falling. And in order to keep their prices high, they were shuttering power plants to decrease the supply so they didn't end up with a surplus, causing prices to dip. It was all business decisions, not government policy. Not to mention the electricity costs remain high because some smaller power companies did go out of business where they were gobbled up by larger competitors. So we ended up with fewer options, fewer companies. We have these monopolies. I know because we had that happen here in Northwest Florida where I live, and energy prices went through the roof. And our Republican-controlled legislature and governor's office did nothing about it. They just let it happen. They signed off on it. They approved it for all of us to get screwed over. But Wright continues. Thankfully, President Trump has ended the war on American coal and is restoring common sense energy policies that put Americans first. Yeah, first in the lines of those toxic pollutants. If you live near a coal-fired power plant, your life expectancy is significantly shorter than anyone else in the country. That's just a fact. Your chances of getting cancer are more than triple those of everybody else not living near a coal-fired power plant. So you can say you're putting Americans first, but what you're really doing is putting heart disease first, heart attacks first, cancer first. That's what you're putting first. These projects will help keep America's coal plants operating and ensure the United States has the reliable and affordable power it needs to keep the lights on and power our future. We have the technology to not do this. We genuinely do. You're investing $725 million into a dying industry that needs to die. Imagine what this country could look like if they invested $725 million in renewable energy projects. But they won't do it because we got a fossil fuel guy in charge of energy policy in the United States, and this is the kind of wasteful, dangerous spending that results from that. Thanks for watching, everyone. You know, we're inching closer and closer to 1 million subscribers, and we're aiming to hit that goal before the year closes. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do so, and don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thanks for joining us as we head towards this huge milestone.